do it right. And again, I feel like nowadays is with Hollywood, it's constant reboots. You know, like Bad Boys got rebooted, so now they're milking that franchise again. Um, we got a Freakier Friday now. Like, dude, what? Like again? Like that's crazy. Um, it's just reboots after reboots after reboots. But here's the thing that people don't realize is that reboots always been a thing, guys.
0, 1. Let's get started.
Do you know what we're talking about today? Today? Well, do you? Do you? Do you? Well, today we are going to talk about movie sequels and movie reboots. A lot of people hate on sequels. A lot of people don't think that sequels are necessary and they should stick to the original. Well, what about Godfather Part 2? What about that one, huh? I bet you didn't think about that one, did ya? No, I'm just playing. What about Titanic 2? How would you make a Titanic 2? I don't get that concept, but whatever. Some people do believe that we should get a Titanic 2. Again, how would that work? But or I guess it could work if you think about it. You could do like a different person's point of view of the ship, but I don't know. I think that movie should just stay as it is or whatever. If you want to reboot it, but I don't know. But besides the point though, a lot of people, I don't know, I worded that so weird. Okay, a lot of people though hate on movie sequels. And Godfather Part 2, I never even seen the first or second one, so a lot of people just say that's one of the greatest films of all time or whatever. So, but besides the point, today we're going to talk about sequels and reboots first. I'm going to talk about sequels or whatever. Me personally, I think if the first movie did really good and you can make a sequel to it, why the heck not? I think comedy movie sequels are honestly really good. Grown Ups do get so much hate for no reason, bro. I mean, I think the point of why it gets so much hate is because there's no plot to it. There's no like kind of point to the story. The point of the story really in the movie was just they're all getting old. But in the end of it though, that's kind of growing up. You know, you grew up in your small town and stuff like that, and that's your hometown. That's the town that you grew up in. Again, I thought the movie was funny. I thought the party scene was lit, bro. Like I don't and the jumping off of the cliff and stuff like that, bro. That's every small town. Every small town has something that's jumping off of a pier, jumping off of a bridge, jumping off of a cliff, bro. Like every small town has that, and it's kind of cool that that movie showed it because it's relatable. It's relatable that you can't let go of the things. You know what I mean? You can't let go of your past sometimes. So I feel like that movie shows it very good if you actually look deep into the movie. No, I'm just playing. You don't have to. But to me, that movie was very funny. And and again, I think comedy movies for sequels are one of the easiest things. You just make up a new story. I think when it comes to drama movies, it has to be very different. Same thing with like kids movies. I think is very easy to make a sequel. But like I said, drama movies you have to do it right. You have to continue the story. You have to have the same characters. You have to like get a very good story going. Um to me personally, action movie sequels are pretty easy to make too. A lot of people say that movies should just only have one, like I said. Um, but to me personally, take the Fast and the Furious for example. I honestly don't think that franchise should have only had two. Should have only had three. Um, I think how it stuck to a franchise, I think is actually very cool. Actually, as I talked about in the franchise series. So yes, it's movies like that that kept on getting more and more and more, and I don't think people realize that that kind of stuff grows an audience, and everyone is like, who still watches those? Who still watches those? The franchises. A lot of people still do. So like I said, it how you start a franchise is you start with one, you make another one, and then you make a third one. Third one does really good, keep it going. Stuff like that. If you can continue the story and the story is still good and people are still paying attention, milk the crap out of that, bro. But like I said, there maybe is some movies that should have just stayed as one. Like Joe Dirt, for example. Yeah, that was one of the worst sequels I ever seen. Um Happy Gilmore 2, man. I hope that movie does very, very good. Alvin the Chipmunks, as I talked about in the franchise, I think it should have only stuck with two. Same thing with Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. I don't think the third one should have came. Um, yeah, some people don't like to talk about that one. But if you look at like trilogies, if you look at like Iron Man's, dude, that trilogy is amazing, bro. Like it all lines up. It all makes sense. They're all good movies. So that that kind of stuff, like to me, in my opinion, was is good. You know, movies that I think that should have got a sequel was The Other Guys. I think there should have been The Other Guys too. If you guys know that movie, you're goated for it. What's another movie? I don't know. That's kind of really hard to pick. There, like I said, I mean, all good movies. If a movie does good, of course they're gonna try and make a second one. Um, you know what? Oh wait, no, never mind. But like I said, trilogies too, like Back to the Future, for example. I mean, I wouldn't really even say that's like necessarily a franchise. I guess I kind of consider it, but there's only three of them. You know, that's I guess that is one. All right, but point of the story is that those three movies, I mean, if they only made two of those movies, honestly, I feel like it would have been just decent. Originally it was only supposed to be one. Um but you know, I'm glad we did get more. And speaking of Back to the Future, as I talked about on my franchise podcast, if you guys want to check that out, go right ahead. It's on my YouTube channel. If you guys click that little circle and go to my channel. I'm just joking with you guys. Or am I? Okay, but like I said, um, reboots. If people rebooted Back to the Future, bro, like that, honestly, I would so go check that out. Like, think about the special effects that we have now. Think about the budget that they have now. That they can make that movie so good now. Like the graphics, very good. The I don't know about acting, but hopefully the writing is really good and the storyline is like I feel like they can do it right. And again, I feel like nowadays is with Hollywood it's constant reboots, you know, like Bad Boys got rebooted, so now they're milking that franchise again. Um we got a Freakier Friday now. Like, dude, what? Like again? Like that's crazy. Um it's just reboots after reboots after reboots. But here's the thing that people don't realize is that reboots always been a thing, guys. Like, it's crazy to say this. I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan, as I mentioned. Mr. Deeds is a reboot from a movie that was in 19 whatever. Like, it's crazy. We've been rebooting things since our grandparents were kids with these movies. Um, Scooby Doo got reboots on reboots. What else is a bunch of reboots? I think too why we get so many reboots is because literally Hollywood doesn't know what to do, bro. Like, cause I want to say it's because of the writer's strike. The writer's strike, they had no idea like what to do. So now we're literally getting that, and we're also literally just getting a bunch of live actions from our childhood because they think we're just like clicking in our minds like, oh shoot, that's getting a live action. I'm so gonna see that. If you think about it, like How to Train Your Dragon's getting one, um, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Lilo and Stitch, Lion King. It's all these movies that are literally just and a bunch of Disney princess movies. They're Hollywood's literally like, oh shoot, let's take that cartoon and let's make it live action. I'm still waiting for Nickelodeon to make a SpongeBob live action movie. I'll give it 5 more years and they're gonna do it, bro. Nickelodeon's gonna try to hop on the Disney thing, bro. I mean, think about it. If you think about it, they did it with Fairly Odd Parents, and in my opinion, bro, I thought it was pretty decent. Looking back on it, it was very cheesy made, cheaply made. But then again, no, that's TV for you. Yeah. So should reboots end? I honestly don't think so. Because if you think about it, okay, we grew up with that kind of stuff. Okay, we what's a movie like Shrek? Say if Shrek ever got it rebooted, and when I'm 40 or whatever, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm not gonna be like, how dare you ruin my Shrek? Okay, you're gonna show my kids Shrek. You're gonna show my future kids like, oh dad, I really like this movie. And then I'd be like, oh shoot, do you ever want to watch the original? And then you show them the original and maybe they like it, most likely they're not. But it's yeah, they're gonna be like, oh shoot, like this is good. Oh, another sequel that I actually really like. I actually really like Dumb and Dumber 2. A lot of people hate me for that. I find that one very, very funny. Um, but like I said, I don't even know where I'm going really with this kind of segment, guys. I'm trying my best here, but I'm kind of a little tired. Trilogies and sequels, like I said, if they're really good, and keep milking it. If if they're just the original is good and you make a sequel and do bad, do not make a third one, bro. Because clearly, one of the best trilogies I feel like a lot of people don't understand is actually really good, but yet it has the same storyline, yada yada yada. Is The Hangover, and as a Christian, a lot of people are gonna hate me for that one because they're gonna be like, "Aren't you a Christian?" Yada yada yada. Okay, the movie's good. Let's be honest, we all had a hangover before. People had drinks. If you don't drink, good for you. But yeah, so there's that movie trilogy, and there's a whole bunch out there. You know, if it happens, it happens. As long as you guys stick with the same writers, stick with the same directors, stick with the same actors, like I feel like those movies can turn into something, you know, can turn into a big franchise or can be a good trilogy of all time, can be a good sequel bouncing off of the first one. It's all about what you got for a story, I feel like. It's not necessarily about who you're gonna put in this movie. Okay, like story dialogue is a very very big deal. And I feel like not necessarily audience, but I feel like Hollywood doesn't pay attention to that. Again, they try to put these big cameos and these big actors in these movies, and they flop. Again, what you want to do is you want to hire good writers. You want a good story dialogue to keep the audience attention. Because a lot of audience pay attention to stories. People that especially like movies. And yes, you should have some good acting too. Great Wolf of Wall Street. Should it get a sequel? I don't know. Honestly, I think it should. I think Great Wolf of Wall Street was very not my cup of tea. I didn't actually really like the movie. I'm gonna go on a little rant real fast. A lot of people get inspired by that movie. Honestly, I don't think it's a movie that you should be get inspired by, because if you think about it, dude literally goes to jail in the end of it. So there's that. But like I said, should it get a reboot? Honestly, I think so, because there's so many other stories just like that one. Show it. Make it. Should Shawshank Redemption get a reboot? Honestly, if they hire the right writers for it, I think it should. Wizard of Oz, honestly, bro, with the facts and the budget we have now, bro, make that reboot happen, bro. Honestly. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Honestly, screw it. Make another one, guys. Home Alone. I think it did get rebooted a few times. And then last one, Rocky. Well, the Creeds are basically reboots in a way, or prequels, whatever you want to call it. So No, I think we should just keep Rocky as it is because I think the Creed is killing it. So, but hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you whenever. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. So, peace.